Hello. So, may nag-message sa akin na gumawa raw ako ng UPCAT lecture series kasi malapit na raw yung UPCAT. If I'm not mistaken, August 10 to August 11. Sabi ko, sige. Madali naman akong kausap. So, siguro for our first lecture, mag-start muna tayo sa science. So, gagawin natin, basically ginawa ko lang, nag-search ako ng mga different questions online, tapos try natin sagutan. Tapos, five questions per video. Sige, start tayo. And for the first question, protoplasts are cells without. So basically definition lang naman siya. Ayan. So protoplasts are cells without. The correct answer is wall. Letter C. Kasi yung mga protoplast natin, wala siyang cell wall. Pero remember na when you remove the cell wall, may matitira ka pa rin plasma membrane. So basically, intact pa rin yung cell mo. Yun nga lang, magiging more permeable na siya kasi nag-remove ka na ng isang wall. Ngayon, ano naman yung ibang terms na andito? Yung ibang terms dito ay mga organelles pa rin. So pag sinabi nating organelles, they are just parts of the cell. The nucleus is the structure that houses the genetic material. So yung mga DNA, yung DNA natin ay nasa loob ng nucleus. Yung membrane naman, yan yung another barrier doon sa cell mo na within the cell wall. So may cell wall ka muna bago ka may plasma membrane. Tapos, the plasma membrane is responsible for the structural integrity of your cell. Tapos, siya rin yung nagbibigay ng permeability and selectivity doon sa cell mo. Kaya, nagkakaroon tayo ng na-maintain natin yung mga concentration gradient, hindi lahat ng mga molecules nakakalabas-pasok sa cell. So yun yun. Parang selectivity layer yung membrane natin. The cytoplasm naman, para siyang gel-like structure sa loob ng cell. So basically, yung mga nasa loob ng cell membrane except the nucleus. So yung gel-like structure outside the nucleus but still within the plasma membrane. So that's your cytoplasm. So again, the correct answer for number 1 is letter C, cell wall. Yung mga protoplasts are cells without cell wall. Next question. And the vertebrate skeleton is, this is just another definition. So letter A is a living tissue which grows with the animal. That is true kasi di ba vertebrate skeleton, bones naman talaga sila. Tapos, when an animal grows, lumalaki rin yung vertebrate skeleton mo. Tapos, they also protect your internal organs, di ba? Lalo na dito sa abdominal part natin, napakaraming mga internal organs dyan na pinoprotect ng ating vertebrate skeleton. Tapos, it also serves as a place of attachment for muscles kasi nga, bones din naman talaga siya. Kaya yung mga muscles na andito banda, dun din sa vertebrate skeleton kumakapit. So the correct answer for this question would be letter D, all of the above. Ayaw gumana ng pen. Ayan. Answer would be letter D, all of the above. Ayan. Then next question. A cross in which true breeding plants differ in two traits is known as. Since in-emphasize dito sa question na meron kang two traits, ibig sabihin the cross should be letter B, dihybrid. So dihybrid siya kasi two traits nga, kaya di. Kasi yung prefix na di means two. So kung isa lang, yung trait na kinoconsider mo, that's a monohybrid cross. Ayun, di ba madali lang? And let's proceed to the next question. If two flies heterozygous for wing length and body color are crossed, which of the following are possible results? So based sa question, magkakaroon tayo ng isang dihybrid cross kasi dalawang traits ang kinoconsider. Tapos, looking at the choices, parang ginawa nilang representation ay uppercase L for long wings, Then lowercase l for short wings. Uppercase G for gray body. Then lowercase g for non-gray. Hindi naman in-emphasize kung anong color yan. Pero basta hindi siya gray kasi yung gray body natin ay capital G. Ayun. Tapos, ipag-cross muna natin ang dalawang locus na to. So, magiging L, L, G, G, kasi nga, they are both heterozygous. So, magiging L, G, L, G, L, G, L, G. Ayan. So, ito yung possible combinations na meron tayo for both loci. Then, since dalawa yung parents natin, di ba? Kaya ipag-cross natin yan, yung apat na combinations na yan. So maging LG, 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 LG. Ayan. Tapos, we'll just copy whatever combinations are na andito, pababa naman. So at this point, I would assume na familiar na kayo sa concept ng dominant and recessive alleles. So again, pag sinabi nating dominant, namamask niya yung effect ng recessive alleles. Ibig sabihin, the traits of your recessive alleles can only be expressed if homozygous recessive siya. So in this case, kunyari, we have the dominant, yung mga dominant alleles pa na, nire-represent siya as capital letters. Take for instance, we have a capital L and a lowercase l. Yung trait na ma-express dito ay yung long wings. Kasi nga, this is heterozygous. And long wings is dominant over your short wings. Gagamitin natin yung concept ng dominance and recessive to answer this question. So, alin daw dito ang possible na mangyari? For letter A, the chance of long wings is equal to 3/4 daw. If you're going to look at this matrix, titingnan mo lang actually kung asan yung mga columns and mga rows na merong capital L, at least one, kasi dominant nga yung long wings. So di ba, this is a 4x4, so the denominator would be 16 kasi there would be a total of 16 combinations. Tapos, asan dito yung magkakaroon ng capital L? Di ba lahat ng andito, magkakaroon ka ng capital L kasi may LG ka sa taas. So all of the combinations here would at least get an uppercase L. So lahat ng andito, lahat din ng andito, gawin na lang natin check para mas mabilis makita in number. Ayan. So yung mga combinations dito, magkakaroon ng long wings. Tapos, dito naman sa horizontal, sa rows naman, yung first row and yung third row, magkakaroon din siya ng long wings kasi meron ka rin capital L dyan. Bali, apat lang yung mga combinations na hindi magkakaroon ng long wings. That's 12/16. So 12/16, pag nilowest term mo siya, magiging 3/4. So letter A is actually correct. So yan na yung tamang sagot. Pero itry natin yung iba, just in case tama rin. Di ba? Ano daw yung chance na magkaroon tayo ng short wings? Di ba in this case, dalawa lang naman yung possible na phenotype ng wings mo. Either long or short. So, if 12/16 na yung long wings mo, then that follows na yung short wings mo would be 4/16 or 1/4. So, mali na agad si letter B kasi sabi niya 1/2. That's incorrect. Now, the chance of G, or the chance of having a gray body, i-check mo lang din dito sa matrix natin kung asan dito ang magkakaroon ng at least one uppercase G. Now, in this case, lahat ng nasa first column makaka-receive ng uppercase G. The same is true with the second column. Tapos, everything din in the first row and everything in the second row. Ang hindi lang makakatanggap ng uppercase G ay yung apat, yung nasa bottom right. So that's equal to 12/16, 3/4. So 12/16 is 3/4. Therefore, letter C is also an incorrect statement. So the correct answer for this item is letter A. So basically, nag-dihybrid cross lang tayo kasi dalawa yung traits na pinapakonsider. Then you just do the Punnett square. Then always remember na the dominant allele is always expressed over a recessive allele. And a recessive allele can only be expressed if homozygous recessive ka. Meaning, yung dalawang alleles mo from both parents are both recessive. Doon lang siya pwedeng ma-express. For the last question, in the following illustration, if the pendulum was swinging in the direction indicated by the arrow, when its string was suddenly cut, in what direction did the pendulum go? So di ba pag meron kang circular motion, yung velocity, yung instantaneous velocity ng isang object na in a circular motion is always tangential dun sa circle na mapo-form. So in this case, di ba kunyari dito nakakabit yung pendulum mo, yung path niya na circular ay something like this. Yeah, parang pag ganyan yung circle na iniikutan niya. Tapos, sabi na yung instantaneous velocity niya, yung direction is always tangential dun sa circle na na-form. That means na if i-cut natin yung string dito, ano yung line na tangential sa point kung asan yung pendulum at that point or at that instance? Di ba? Pag ganyan. Pangit yung drawing. Wait lang. Ayan, di ba tangential? Meaning, pag sinabi nating tangent, di ba, it only intersects with the circle once. So since yan yung tangential vector relative to the circle, asan yan? Di ba that's letter A. Kaya pag kinat mo yung string mo, yung pendulum ay parang it would fly away in this direction. Kasi yan yung direction niya at that instance. Ayun. So remember lang na yung instantaneous velocity, yung direction niya is always tangential dun sa point relative sa circle na na-form kung saan siya umikot-ikot before mo pinutol yung string. So the correct answer is letter A.